You are becoming a conscious human being. Now act like a conscious human being. It starts with you. So you start walking your talk. Whatever area we are talking about, whether it's like environmentalism, whether it's like spiritual development, personal development, understanding what's going on behind the scenes with shadow government, whatever area we are talking about, you need to become an example, right? Hey, this is Mike Segula from TruthTheory.com and welcome to another episode of True Spirituality. So before we can start, please check out patreon.com/TruthTheory and consider becoming a supporter, because we cannot really continue doing our work without your help. We are constantly being targeted and censored on different levels, demonetized regularly, and it's becoming really challenging to continue doing our work, to create this content. I will be making an announcement soon about what's happening behind the scenes, because some of the things that have been happening to us are really getting out of hand now. So if you are enjoying these videos, this content, and you want us to continue doing our work, please consider becoming a supporter. So go to patreon.com/TruthTheory, and thank you for all your help. Okay, so now let's talk about today's topic. So how to help others to wake up from the matrix. So in one of my previous videos titled "Why Most People Can't Wake Up from the Matrix," I talked about the reasons why vast majority of people are still in mass hypnosis. They are living in fairy tale. They do not see beyond their day-to-day life. They believe everything that comes from governments, mainstream media. They don't understand what is really going on behind the scenes, how this system works to keep them in slave mode, in servitude. And this is reality for most people. Obviously, we have different levels of awakening, as I mentioned in a previous video. But today I want to talk about how to help to awaken more people. So if you are someone who is already on this path and you had your awakening, no matter what's your background level, and you want others to wake up as well, to have more understanding of what's going on. So this is one of the biggest challenges for most of us on this path, that there is a very small percentage of people who are conscious, right? And we want others to start waking up as well, right? So this is one of the biggest challenges, right? Because people just ignore this type of information. They just don't even want to look into it sometimes because it doesn't make sense to them, doesn't sound plausible, it's not mentioned on BBC News and all these types of things, right? So first thing that I want to say here is that we cannot force others to see what they are not ready to see, right? So you cannot try to push your views or your understandings or whatever it is on others. This is just not gonna work, and often people reject that. If you are trying to impose your perspectives on other people by force, by pushing, often this creates the opposite result. So these types of people just gonna say, I don't want to look into that, this guy is crazy, whatever, right? And we have to respect that. I don't think this is a good way to do anything. People have their free will. They should be allowed to do whatever they want to do, right? So what we can do instead is to be an example, right? So for example, you are becoming a conscious human being. Now act like a conscious human being. It starts with you. So you start walking your talk. Whatever area we are talking about, whether it's like environmentalism, whether it's like spiritual development, personal development, understanding what's going on behind the scenes with shadow government, whatever area we are talking about, you need to become an example, right? So you just start improving yourself, eating well, raising your vibration, becoming more spiritual, educated, kind, wherever area you are focusing on, and ideally as many of these areas as possible. And what happens is that often people around us first, they start seeing that, you know, they be, oh, this guy is so happy, this guy is full of life, this person, what the hell is their secret, right? This could be one of these things, right? Or they're gonna see, oh, I like that this person is kind, I like that this person is helping animals, and not spending weekends and getting wasted and I don't know, like showing off their bodies on social media, but instead they go and try to do something positive. This will often start creating a shift around you in your closest environment. You know, I've seen that, for example, if I started changing myself and getting better, my family members started thinking about getting better with their health or changing their habits and things like that. So this starts creating a ripple effect. This is the most important. First, we always try to work on ourselves. That starts creating reflection around us, right? And obviously the more you can do, the better, right? So for example, you can start blogs, vlogs, start some kind of groups, meetups, whatever it is, right? And this is really the main technique. You know, obviously sometimes that might not be enough. So I always think that you should think about what's the best piece of evidence, or maybe like a documentary film, short video, whatever it is, and try to maybe, you know, send it to your friends or family, whatever, someone you would like to see that wakes up, let's say, and be very gentle, you know, don't be like, hey, you gotta watch this, you know, if you won't watch it, oh my god, why don't you watch this is like so crazy, blah blah blah. This is not gonna work, because you probably already know what bits of information change your mind, let's say. Sometimes it's complex, so sometimes it's not enough to just send one video or whatever, because people still won't get anything from it, and that's the problem, because typically there is a lot of complexity with these things. So sometimes people need to start practicing certain things, right, to start seeing that they work, right? So this is another challenge, but this is what I kind of recommend. Or let's say, I don't know, I had friends who were like against eating plants, let's say they were meat eaters, they thought that you cannot really have like a good vegetarian or vegan meals. That's a lot of meat eaters think this way, right, for example. So I would take them, you know, to some kind of a restaurant or takeaway, whatever, that I liked, that I thought they really have a good healthy food that is also tasty, right? And guess what, you know, I took my friends, they wanted like go have some kebab, I took them to some falafel place, whatever, and they were like, oh, this is so good and it's not so heavy and all these types of things, and they were like, I need to start eating that more often. So sometimes these types of things can work. We're talking about very broad different things here, you know, I'm talking about diet, environment, spiritual topics, conspiracies, whatever your field is. Awakening is a broad term, you know, it means different things for different people. But all I'm saying here is that we need to first become what we preach. And it's not that easy in this world that is just corrupted, you know, unethical on all different levels. So we just need to keep working to align ourselves, our values, you know, because you literally, the way you behave, that creates environment around you that attracts specific types of people, and you either inspire people around you to be a better versions of themselves, or you do the opposite, right? You give them bad examples. You remember the thing how we become an average of whatever 5 people we hang out with. This is another example of that. So the most important thing to help others to wake up is to be an example, right? That's, in my view, is the key. Hope this video brings you value. If it brought you some value, please share it with others, and thank you for checking this episode of True Spirituality. Until next time.